Hello, Hamilton. It's that time again. Get up, get off the couch, and start tackling your own to-do lists. I am Bob Assadorian. Welcome to the Just Ask Bob show. On today's show, once again, we've got our famous prop. We're talking Eavestroughs and Downspouts. As you can see here, we've got a nice Eavestrough. Now, when it comes to Eavestroughs in your home, you certainly have quite a lot of choices. Now, let's start with the poorest of them all, plastic. Plastic Eavestroughs are available at all DIY home centers. Plastic Eavestroughs are designed, again, for the homeowner. They're somewhat easy to install. They're affordable, but they're junk. So please, I don't recommend those at all. If you want to use Eavestroughs, good quality Eavestroughs are aluminum. Now, once we get into aluminum Eavestroughs, we sort of fall into two categories. Category one is the Eavestroughs that the big box stores sell that are in 10-footers. So obviously, unless it's the smallest of sheds, your home's going to have lengths that are much more than 10 feet. Now, if you want to use the aluminum Eavestroughs from the big box stores, you have to overlap and seam them together using some type of gutter sealant flashing caulking. Now, yes, it is going to leak. Eventually, it's going to leak at those joints. So the next step is to have seamless aluminum Eavestroughs. With seamless aluminum Eavestroughs, it doesn't matter if it's 11 feet or 40, 50, 60 feet. I've had a 70-foot section made on my job site. It's a special machine that's used. The Eavestrough is formed out of a large coil of aluminum, and it literally is seamless. Now, depending on the length, you'll need several people to help carry it up, because these Eavestroughs, well, I mean, I joke with people that they're practically several layers thicker than, let's say, Alcan foil you'd use in the kitchen. But obviously, I mean, there is some flop to them, so you will need a few people lifting it to help carry it up together. Now, as far as doing it yourself, you can have your measurements. You can contract out a company to come in just to form them for you, and they leave the Eavestroughs pre-cut on your lawn, and then you do your own installation. Or you can go the whole 9 yards and have a licensed contractor install it for you. Now let's talk about the way that you fasten it. Let me take one of them off over here. This is what I've been using for about the last 10 years. It's called a hidden bracket. Now this is really what makes the difference. This clicks onto the back. Actually, to do it properly, let's go really slow here. That's locked now. So this curve literally locks in. This back part presses in, and we have a screw. Now, how many Hamilton homeowners can walk out their front door, look up, and see nails? Yes, the majority of you. Nails are predominantly used throughout the entire city of Hamilton on all the older homes. So approximately every maybe 3 to 4 feet, you're going to have a nail sticking out. There's sort of an aluminum sleeve or tube here that keeps the nail supported. The nail's banged in, and about an inch or so of the nail penetrates your home's fascia. Now, if we can sort of jump over to the fascia here to get an understanding of why it's better to use screws. Once the nail goes in, it holds for now. But I can tell you, it always wiggles loose. You bang it back in, it wiggles loose again. Not the right way to do it. And unfortunately, there's still a lot of Hamilton contractors that are using the nail method. So if you're hiring a contractor, insist that he uses the hidden bracket with the screw. Also insist that he's using seamless Eavestroughs. Because, I mean, my gosh, if he's not going to be using seamless Eavestroughs and he's just running out to the Home Depot and buying 4 of these at 10-footers and seaming them together, you might as well be doing that at home yourself. Then you're really cutting the crook out of the equation. So again, with Eavestroughs, like other items, it's very, very important. Knowledge is power. Have an understanding how everything works. Now, when it comes to seamless Eavestroughs, what I like using is the pre-made corner. The pre-made corner comes in 2 different styles. It comes in an outside corner, as what you're viewing right now. It also comes in an inside corner. And obviously, as you can see, this pocket's inside of it. Now, another way to do it is, and a lot of contractors do this, they won't use the inside corner. So this Eavestrough comes to the end. They cut it on a 45 degree. They install the other one the other way. Now, by using this method, you still have to use a caulking sealer here. So when you're doing you know, as opposed to doing it that way and you use the pre-made corner, you're going to seal it at each end either way. I prefer this method because this factory edge is crimped properly, so you've got a really, really strong crimp here. Now, if we can take a moment to talk about downspouts. Downspouts come in a lot of sizes. Downspouts come in 2x3. This is the 3-inch. This is the 2. This is a normal size. You can also get the downspouts in a 3x3 square. Now, I highly recommend the 3x3 square, and I also recommend a lot of downspouts. I've seen homes that have a 60-foot run with one downspout. That's not enough. I mean, that may have worked for some time, but you know, things change. We're getting a lot more downpour these days with the different seasons. The larger the downspout, the quicker you're going to get the water out. Now, with the downspouts, we also have the elbows. We have a variety of elbows. We have elbows that, as you'll notice now, this is a factory crimped edge, and this is not. So let me give you an example now. Okay, this is supposed to be the normal end. This is the factory crimp. This fits in nicely. Now, if it weren't to fit in, or if you wanted to change it, it's a very important, handy tool to have. This will take a normal end, and this will crimp it. This will create creases all the way around that will allow it to fit into another pipe. When you're installing the downspouts, you have to understand water's flowing down. So everything has to be male and female oriented in the proper way. Now, if you can't get it going that way because you've made a certain cut, you want to be able to use the tools to create it so that everything will fit in properly. Now, we're off for a quick break, but again, let me tell you, Hamilton, we have a Facebook page. Like us on Facebook for a chance to win us bringing this show to your home, or to have Bob in your home for a half a day to motivate you, teach you, get you off in the right start on tackling your own to-do list. I'll show up to your home with a tool belt for you, full-size tool belt, not my 7-year-olds. We're going to bring you a set of tools, and we're going to help you kick off your list of repairs and renovations around your home. Just ask Bob on Facebook, find us, like us, and give us the details. Never mind just what the job is. Why is the job not getting done? What's the background information? We'll be right back after this quick break. Thank you, Hamilton.
Join us for Kiwanis TV Bingo. This week, we are giving away $2,500. Monday at 7 p.m., only on Cable 14.
If you're thinking about buying a recumbent bike or start using the one you have, here's how you can get results.
Adjust the seat to avoid any undue stress on your knees. This unique sitting position will give your abs an excellent workout. It will also support your back and make it easier to keep your balance.
To help keep you moving and motivated, listen to some music, watch TV, or set it up at a window with a view. Well, until next time, keep fit and have fun.
Body break.
Body break.
Hello, Hamilton. Welcome back to the Just Ask Bob show. On today's episode, we're helping answer an email that came in with regards to downspouts. On this particular home, or on this particular site now, we're talking about seamless aluminum downspouts with the hidden bracket system. Now, we're going to install this for you today. We've got it pre-measured. We've got it cut. Let's put it over onto its side. Very important that you install the elbow that's going to receive. This is the outlet that's going to receive your downspout. Now, we've made the cut. You need to install this, trace it with a pencil or marker, and cut it. It has to be a pressured fit. You want it to be nice and tight. Later on, we're going to show you this is what we connect our downspout to. Now, helping us today, we've got Triple R's finest, care of Triple R, for loaning us Ryan Bello today. Triple R's foreman.
Thanks for having me on the show again.
Oh, you're welcome. Pleasure to have you here. Now, when we start the installation, obviously water always slopes downhill. So I'm going to start here on the left. This is the drip edge that we've talked about on past shows. I'm just going to butt it right up to the drip edge. Now you see the clamp? Really important that we're just up and under. Now, on our cordless drill, we have a 1/4 inch socket drive. That's the best way to install these. You can also use a Phillips screwdriver. That's never going anywhere. You've got a beautiful front finish. You don't have that nail sticking out that you've got to bang in all the time. Now, Ryan, on your end, tell us about the slope.
Yep, very important to have a slope here, dropping it right down about a quarter to a half inch along the entire slope of the Eavestroughs. It's a big misconception with homeowners and I guess other contractors that we've gone to a lot of job sites where they've kept it completely level and it allows for no drainage at all. So it's very important to keep it well drained and low. There we go.
Okay, let's give
one
this
last
one a little hit as well.
Sure. There we go.
Okay, now we've got it installed. Now, we've already done one end cap. We can find our other end cap here. Over here, we've sealed the end with the end cap. Now, all Eavestroughs are going to need an end cap on the left and an end cap on the right. We've got our end cap here for the right side. We're going to have Ryan install this for you.
Right, thanks, Bob.
Everybody at home can watch here.
There's a fairly easy installation. It just snaps in, just like that. And you'll take your drill, come over to this side. Now these screws can be a little bit fussy, so be patient. There you go.
Good job.
Perfect,
nice
Bob.
job.
Thank you.
Now again, you don't need a lot of screws. One screw is enough. The next product you're going to watch for here is gutter and siding sealant. This particular one by Stonemason. I've been using it for a long time. Now the important thing to realize is with these sealants is that not only do they seal the end cap, but they have adhesive properties in it as well. So it's somewhat structural. That's why we only need one screw. There have been homes where we've had to take these apart to reseal them, and it takes us longer to get the sealant off, to get the cap off, than it does to get the screw off. So it's a very powerful sealant. You don't need a lot. You want to seal it along all three sides. And then the same over here. Okay, now that's not quite done. As with any caulking product, and I've told you time after time, caulking and sealant, you have nothing if you don't have penetration. So it's very important now to use your finger, or for those of you that are sensitive at home, get on some gloves, but you've got to sort of smoosh it. You've got to push it in order for it to get penetration right into both surfaces. There you go. Wipe off the excess. Okay, now for those of you at home, again, that's what they make and sell gloves for. If you're sensitive, get some gloves on. I'm a contractor. Bob's not very sensitive, so I'm used to this. If you're doing it at home, use whatever makes you comfortable. So let's recap here. We got the Eavestrough on, hidden brackets with screws. We got the left end cap on, the right end cap on. Now, if this was, and again, this is just my prop here, so we're just going across. If it was your home, if it was your place at home, you would be having one of these guys continue around the corner. But in this case, obviously, we've only got one run going across. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back and we're going to finish this installation with a downspout, a couple of elbows. We're going to talk about a splash block or a corrugated tube at the bottom, because you don't want this water hitting your foundation. You want to keep the water at least 6 feet away from the foundation using the elbow and a proper extension. We'll be right back.
Some say the Children's Wish Foundation started with this locket, a wish from a hospitalized girl for something special her mother could remember her by. And 25 years and 15,000 wishes later, we make sure the magic and excitement includes the entire family. And we celebrate the successes and hope that wishes can bring. Thank you from the Children's Wish Foundation of Canada and this station.
Running a ride check today, officer?
Have you had anything to drink today, sir?
No, I haven't.
Well, I smell alcohol, so I will need you to come with me for some tests.
All right.
New legislation in Ontario means impaired boaters face the same penalties as impaired drivers. Penalties include the loss of your driving privileges. If you're found operating a vessel impaired, you'll face the same consequences as if you were operating a motor vehicle impaired. Enjoy the summer on safer roads and waterways. Arrive alive. Drive sober.
Hello, Hamilton. Welcome back to the Just Ask Bob show. On today's show, it's all about eavesdropping. And not any old eavesdropping. Where are the nails, Hamilton? No nails at all. We've got hidden clamps with the screws. Very strong. Strong way to get this fastened in. We've talked about attaching the end caps. We've talked about the variety of choices you have when considering replacing your home's eavesdrops. You've got from the most affordable plastic units to aluminum, which comes in 10-foot lengths, or having seamless aluminum troughs formed right on your lawn. Now, speaking of troughs and downspouts, this ties into new for this season, Bob's Bewares. Yes, Hamilton, I said Bob's Bewares. You've gotten used to my top picks. In this case, it's going to be Bewares. Let me start with one right here. As a contractor for 10 years, believe me, I do a lot of shopping. Lots and lots of shopping, and this is going to be one of the stupidest products I've ever seen. Now, here's to tell you how I really do call it as I see it. As you know, my sponsor is the Home Depot. They do carry this. Now, yes, they're my sponsor, and I love them for helping out with the show, but my first commitment is to you, Hamilton. So in honesty's sake, and just ask Bob style and fashion, we got to tell it as it is. This piece of junk, apparently, yes, self-retracting downspout extension. When you get your elbow at the bottom of your home's wall, you don't want the water all pouring down at your foundation. So this unit here, as you can see in the picture, you clip it onto the bottom, it stays closed. Once it starts raining and it fills up, it starts to unroll like an accordion. So it retracts, it lets the water out on the lawn, then it comes back. Now, how long will it work? Lucky if it works for the first rainstorm, and that's about it. So we know where this goes. Bob's Bewares in the trash can. We're going to show you the proper way on our prop today to make sure that the water's brought out and taken away at least 6 feet from your home. Now, Ryan?
Yep.
Let's see. You can continue with these connections.
Beautiful. That's going to go up like that. Yep.
Now, as you can see, this one's been pre-made, right, Ryan?
That's right. It has been prefabricated to make it easy for installation.
This is TV after all.
Yeah. Again, these screws are a little bit finicky, so be patient with them. Luckily, I am seasoned and trained by Bob, so I have great experience with them. Maybe not.
Get another one, no problem. They're very hard to work with.
They are.
But again, it's really important to know that you want to have one on each side as a minimum.
There we go. Okay, now we'll connect these two as well.
Now again, for the viewers at home, when you're doing this in your own home, unless you're working on a doghouse or a shed, you're going to need a ladder. So make absolutely certain you're safe. If you've got to be tied off, get tied off. If it's the husband up on the ladder, have the wife holding it from down below. Safety is critical. I don't want anybody climbing their walls and changing downspouts and getting hurt. If you're afraid of heights, if you're not comfortable on the ladder, call a licensed contractor. Okay, Ryan? Want to get the long vertical length done?
Yep.
Now again, for the people at home, everything has to, Ryan, want to hold a moment?
Yeah, absolutely.
This has to fit into this. You know, everything has to be an innie. You can't be forcing this inside of this. You're going to have water running out this way. So everything's a male-female connection in the right way going downward, so the water always stays in the downspouts.
Okay, actually, I think I'm out of screws here.
They're meant to fit in a certain way. That's why one end's crimped and the other end's flared out. Male-female.
Got any more screws there, Bob?
Yes, yes.
Perfect, thank you. There we go.
Okay, if you get on the right there, I'll get on the left.
Yep.
I want people at home to really understand here what I mean by these connections. This is the male end. This is the female end. You have to put these in the right way. If they're not in the right way, you're going to have nothing but trouble. I've seen a lot of homeowners that don't put it in that way. They contort it, and then you're going to have nothing but a leak. Let's give that 2 screws as well.
Yep, no problem.
And I'll grab a splash block. Nice job, Ryan.
Perfect.
Okay, now for the homeowners watching today, I can't tell you how many homes I drive around and I see this. Same thing with yourselves. Walk outside your home. As you're walking around your neighborhood, you need to be looking around and looking at these homes. People just end the downspout like that. That's not correct. You're going to have a flood in your basement. That's going to be too much water. So at the very least, the minimal, if you have solid surface, so if this is a concrete driveway, or if this is an asphalt driveway or a paved driveway, you can get away with just a splash block. If this is grass, if it's earth, you need to put a downspout, and you need to connect the downspout another 6 feet out, so minimum 6 feet away. Or in this case, just a green splash block.
Now, Bob, the green splash pad is convenient for, I guess, the grass area because it camouflages well, but is there other colors, or are there other types of splash pads? Because I'm not really a fan of the green.
No, I'm not either, I must admit. You can also buy this type of a splash pad made out of concrete. It's heavy, it's a little bit expensive, but if you've got a concrete driveway, it'll be a perfect match. So again, it depends on what you're using. Final item as well, you want to make absolutely certain your downspouts are fastened. Probably, depending on the height of your home, 2-story home, I'd fasten them in 3 or 4 locations. Single-story home, a bungalow, 2 locations. Now we've got the clamp already set up.
Yep.
You can go ahead and give it a good strong point there.
There we go.
Now, use your imagination. Pretend we've got a brick wall here. I know you don't see brick. I don't either. But if this was a brick wall, this here, you don't want it going into the mortar joint. Again, we've talked about that on so many shows. Last season, I even did a whole show on concrete fasteners on Tapcons. You want to make certain that you fasten that with a concrete anchor into the brick, block, or stone, not the mortar joint, or all it's going to do is come loose. So again, let's do a nice recap here. Give you a good rundown on Eavestroughs. At the bottom of the barrel, you've got plastic. They're very easy to use. They're oriented for DIY. You don't have to have anybody come down to form them for you. Second choice is aluminum. If it's from the big box stores, it comes in 10-foot sections. The downside with that is that you've got to seam all the sections together. The best Eavestroughs, seamless aluminum. There's a coil of metal. There's a machine that makes it. Anywhere from 11 feet to 50, 60 feet doesn't make a difference. You want to make absolutely certain, we've talked about this, you use the hidden brackets with the screw. It's a very strong way to fasten it. It's not going to go anywhere. You want to make certain that you caulk the end caps. You want to have everything transition together neatly. Screw to the wall. Do not let the water discharge at your foundation. Either use a splash block, or you want to use another length of downspout at the minimum 6 feet. Now, not only today's show, if you happen to kick in during a commercial, or this is the first time you're aware of our show, we do have under our belt an entire 10 shows from season 1 last year, and of course the shows for this season. You can follow them all. www.justaskbob.com, where you can pause, rewind, fast forward, watch, and most importantly, learn at your own pace, Hamilton. Don't forget, www.justaskbob.com. Also, we have a contest going. You can win Bob, that's right, Bob, in your home for up to half a day to inspire you, motivate you, give you some ideas, give you some help, get you to start chipping at your to-do list. Now, I'm not going to finish your to-do list. I'll get you started into chipping at it. So like us on Facebook, that's the first requirement. Send us a submission. Whatever's going on in your home that you haven't gotten to, we also want to know why. We're very curious back at the office. Thank you again. Enjoy the next show. Until next time, thank you, Hamilton.